terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back with more. Hold on tight and don't go away.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Portland as the Trailblazers go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, it's been a difficult part of the season. It's been tough sledding. The losses mounting. They're simply not playing up to capacity. How to fix it is the question. And a rookie who's ready physically, Nasir Little. Kenny, this kid is a beast at small forward.
Yeah, I got to see Nasir a lot at the University of North Carolina. He's strong, he's athletic, great body, understands how to get to the rim. He's a fighter. I cannot wait to see him.
He's not the tallest guy, but has very long arms in traffic. Terrific lift off the floor, and he's going to give you everything he's got on both ends. I kind of like the potential.
Now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan as we approach the tip.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Damian Lillard is not just the best player on the Blazers, he's the team's unquestioned leader. But he said leadership is not all about talking. It's about letting others hold you accountable too, being coachable and committing to a common purpose. For him, guys, being a leader doesn't mean he puts himself above his teammates.
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. And here's a look at some numbers for Towns.
And the one thing that he'll be looking to change is the downturn in his three-point percentage. It's taken a hit here the last 10 games. I know he's putting in extra work to get that rhythm back.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Covington at the 4 with Towns in at the 5. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Culver. And it's Okogie in at the 3. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Whiteside, and it's Bazemore at the small forward. We're just halfway through the season, Brent. Talk about the value of leadership and keeping everyone focused night in and night out.
A lot of that will come from your coaching staff and the messaging, but I will tell you what, Kevin, playing with a star player that goes out there and does it night after night, watching James Harden, watching Russell Westbrook, watching Steph Curry, have the kind of unreal performances for the game 56, the game 68. You're just sitting there in amazement. You want to step up and say, you know what, I want to be there for you.
But to me, that may be the most important. Like every game they're there, aren't they? Every single game.
They are there. They're excited to be there. They're excited for you to be playing, and they raise the level of your attentiveness to being competitive on a nightly basis. And truly, those guys become inspirational to you.
Oh, and here comes Culver all alone. Missed inside. Lets it go from deep. Anthony's shot is off. Wiggins against McCollum. Wasted no time on that one.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Now, here's Bazemore. An 11-point game for him in the win against Orlando. And the basket by Lillard.
Now, there's another way Lillard can beat you off the ball. Great timing on the catch and shoot.
Okogie, the pass to Culver. Inside. Covington trying to break free.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now, here's Lillard. D right on him. Tries again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You think about Hassan Whiteside's road to where he is now, a second-round pick, spent some time in the D League, now the G League, and it's great to see him turn his career around. You just wonder how hungry is he to maximize his talent in the years to come.
Free throw, good, Whiteside.
Well, you watch Whiteside out there and you understand just how much of an impact he can make with his defense. Great length, great timing, and makes some offenses change the way they're going to attack you just because of his size alone.
And both free throws good from Whiteside. 7'7" wingspan of Whiteside, definitely a game changer for defense.
Interesting pickup here for the Blazers as they've added Whiteside to back up Nurkic at the 5 position, and an interesting center in the Western Conference. How will he adjust to the pace and maybe the style of play out west?
5 to shoot. They get it again. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's Anthony with the jam.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Culver with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game from 12 feet out. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. McCollum outside. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers.
And this coaching staff appreciates the effort from Culver. The defense is about anticipation and hustle.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the night.
Go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons where they've placed in the Western Conference.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisitions.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Here's Okogie after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Here's Okogie. Portland grabs the miss. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
And going back and watching that game, there was not one spot on the floor that they did not own.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
The Trailblazers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And he's good on the second. Timberwolves trail by 5. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Portland. Right now they've been able to gather the 8th best record in the conference as the latter part of the season approaches. And of course the Timberwolves, and they're down 4 spots from them.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they're already looking to the offseason. And that's a shame. Their fans deserve a little bit more from this team.
The body language right now kind of telling the story. Losing takes a huge toll on you, especially during an 82-game grind.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Right side against Towns. Back to T. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
No doubt you can see Teague get hit, but what focus to be able to knock down the shot afterwards.
And last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just couldn't put together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as strong as ever, but you just couldn't rely on him to score.
And that one misses.
And Teague can be a knockdown shooter, especially from the free throw line.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade, a chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
And he gets it to go. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, Teague has his binoculars on, able to find his man for that open look.
Now here's Bazemore. Defense is right there. And this is the final year of Kent Bazemore's 4-year, $70 million contract.
Well, some great timing for Kent Bazemore to become a free agent. Part of that 2016 kick-up in the salary cap. And Bazemore, a really interesting addition to this Portland team, as he is a guy who can get out in transition, shoot the three, and finish around the rim. Switchable defender. He's a great addition for what Terry Stotts is looking to do here.
That free throw missing.
And really, it's hard to guard a guy like Bazemore because of how high he can get up. His athleticism is just boundless.
Good on the second free throw. Now T. Last game he had 13. Now the pass to Towns. Back to T. Towns against Whiteside. Towns kicks to T. Shot clock at 6. That shot no good. And it's Portland the other way. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Covington's shot is off. And so Bazemore will bring it up for Portland. It's a 5-point game. Lillard attacking, and it's blocked. They recover it, and there it is for him. The Timberwolves shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
Little, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore.
So a moment now to see the story on Jeff Teague. Over the last month, getting it done. He's averaging 14 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he is in the game, great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And the basket by McCollum.
Well, McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. That's a tough one there.
Here's Okogie. 5 points in the game. Pass to Wiggins. Over McCollum. And that one hits back iron.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Anthony dishes to Lillard. Pass to Whiteside. Back to Lillard. It's in the bucket for his 4th field goal. Shooting at a 4 of 9 clip.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Here's Towns. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Portland leading by 8. Anthony right side. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Wiggins. That one falls. Wiggins has got 6 points.
That's feel-good moment right there. 3 of 4 so far.
Portland's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. Here's Lillard. Banked in off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Well, 2 seasons ago, the Blazers were swept in the first round, and something in the scarring of that kind of outcome has stayed with them, both Terry Stotts and their starting backcourt, to kind of fuel their fire to make the type of strides that they have in the past couple seasons.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
And Brent, for the Blazers, the continuity has been part of what's made them so good, and that includes keeping Terry Stotts as their head coach.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about Terry Stotts being the 4th longest tenured coach in the league. This will be year 8 for him in the Pacific Northwest. But this group is very tight. They've got great chemistry. They run a very unique offensive system, and there's definite buy-in here in Portland behind Terry Stotts.
No good on that one. A different look now for Portland. Labissiere is checked in for Whiteside. Tolliver comes in for Anthony. And it's Simons in for McCollum. And he sinks the second. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
Throw good, Wiggins. That one is no good.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Here's Simons, covered by Wiggins, and he makes good on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Graham, the pass to Wiggins. A fader. And too long on the shot.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
And he makes the first. Napier, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
A nice shot by Teague.
Outstanding patience from Jeff Teague to take the shot over the top of some good defense and get it to drop in.
Now here's Labissiere. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Bucket is good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Teague against Lillard. High, arcing shot, and he gets it back. Teague finds Jang. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes back up, and that one is good.
And the D just a step slow, reacting to the step back.
Here's Simons. Teague covering. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And looking now at the numbers for Lillard, the past month has been surreal. 7th in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. The first one falls. No good on the second free throw. Timberwolves trail by 8. Teague feeling it out a bit.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
The Timberwolves shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And that one misses. We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford.
I know
there's been nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside, where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league, and he's doing this with such great impact and, thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded for it.
.149 left here in the opening quarter. And here's Little. Dishes to Tolliver. 5 on the clock. On deep. And there's Little. That's good on the assist by Tolliver. 6 points for Nasir Little.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Now here's Napier. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Teague with a clean look. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 10. Here's Simons. Vonleh with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Graham with the bucket.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Labissiere inside. Jang defending. And the rejection by Jang. Here's Teague. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got his third assist on the night.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Here's Simons. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Now here's Little. Graham defending. Pass to Simons. Over Jang. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got 5 points so far. Here's T. 10 points for him. Out to the wing. Takes the three. Good. Nice play there from Napier. He has 5.
It's like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be right back after this. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the keys.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent, let's play hard, let's do all of these things. And I think as competitors, as professional athletes, we're going to play hard. You're going to be competitive because we're competitors. We don't make it to this level for no reason. But I think at this level, you also have egos.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Culver out there with Shabazz Napier. Then there's Vonleh. Then it's Gorgie Dang. And it's Graham in at the 3 spot.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Here's Simons. Napier covering. A nice shot by Simons.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
Now, here's Culver. He's covered by Bazemore. Culver with it, and no good that time. The pass to Simons. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Jarrett Culver. For Portland, they have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. Timberwolves trail by 10 to the inside. And Jang gets it to go. Jang's got his first 2 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And now, here's Hazonia. He's guarded closely. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Here's Graham. He's covered by Bazemore. Count that one. Culver's got his first basket of the night.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Lasagna, the pass to Labissiere. And now, here's Hazonia. Napier covering. Labissiere kicks it to Bazemore. 6 on the shot clock. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Culver.
And the decision-making proving to be outstanding. Culver just has a knack for taking advantage of the D in the open floor.
And Bazemore kicks to Labissiere. Portland no good that time either.
I saw a green light there, Kevin. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Simons surveying the D. And stolen by Jang. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Lasagna, the pass to Simons. With some arc, and that's 2 points on the layup. Simons has got 10 points in the game.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Pass to Graham. Here's Jang. And it's Portland with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
Yeah, Bazemore opportunistic there in the right spot. Uses his athleticism to find an area where he can score and does some damage on the offensive glass.
Now, here's Culver. Hazonia defending. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Culver. Here's Simons. 10 points for him. Chalk up 2 there.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4. A different look now for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Labissiere. Anthony comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Mario Hazonia.
One shot.
But obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. That's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard, thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that you're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is about the experience of being around a team that elevates itself to being the best team in the league. And if you're fortunate enough at the highest level, Kevin, as a basketball player, to be around a championship, that experience sticks with you for a lifetime. So you do appreciate guys looking for those opportunities to be around a championship.
Damian Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. On defense, Portland, they have a 9-point lead. Here's Okogie, and he gets the bucket. Okogie's got 7 points in the game. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Down low, McCollum. Higgins with the block. Here's Okogie. He has 7. To the paint. Here's Towns. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists. And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
The free throw drops for Towns. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game. That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Hits it from three-point range.
Amazing how much Lillard has spatial awareness when his defender's just far enough away. He's going to shoot that quickly.
Culver passes to Okogie. Here's Towns, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Higgins against Anthony. Another shot. And another shot. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Covington.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
For Minnesota, they have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Little's checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Teague, he's checked in for Culver. Free throw good, Wiggins. And so here's Portland. They've led by as much as 10. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Here's Anthony. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Robert Covington picks one up.
And Melo can just go right through any sort of contact down low.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 3. Outside, Covington. Pass to Teague. Just 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity, and Towns gets it to go.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
For Portland, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Lillard outside. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to when he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
Outside Teague. Passes it to Towns. Covington trying to break free. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Anthony can't hit.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Covington with the bucket.
So smart in these situations. Love how Covington often picks the correct route to run.
The pass to Whiteside. The dish to Lillard. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Lillard just plays with great confidence, really feeling it here and looking to find any scoring opportunity in this one.
Pass to Towns. The kick out to T. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 4 assists in the game.
Love the ball handling shown there from Jeff Teague.
Lillard, the pass to Little. McCollum against Wiggins. McCollum feeling it out a bit. For 3. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Covington. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Portland leading. McCollum outside. Over Wiggins. McCollum no good. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Tries again, and Whiteside sends it back.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league. 2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Teague inside the line. That doesn't go in either for Teague.
Time for some consideration in the passing category maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
McCollum no good.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Lillard against T. McCollum outside. Pass to Whiteside. Tries again. They shoot again. The shot that time not on target. Towns with the defensive effort. And here's Covington from the arc. Unable to get that one.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Offensive rebound. Another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
And that's what you want to do with Whiteside, feeding him the ball in the paint where he makes the defense collapse.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game.
76% at the stripe for him thus far this season.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. The Trailblazers making a switch here as Anya's checked in. And both free throws good from Whiteside. 30 seconds left to play here in the 2nd quarter. Now here's Teague. Hazonia defending. 17 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Vonleh. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got his 6th assist on the night.
Developing quality moves inside. Vonleh has the length and power to do more of that.
Lillard outside. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Here with Andrew Wiggins. Andrew, for you personally, a great first half. You really got to the rim a lot of times. What are you seeing out there?
Just a mindset to attack the rim early, try to mark my presence.
We certainly saw you in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel. That's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, as we know, it's always a good idea to pound the ball into the paint. So many defensive game plans are focused just on stopping the 3. When you hurt a team down low, they got to react. That allows you to play inside out. Trust me, I have the blueprint. I own the blueprint. I created the blueprint. Inside, kick it back out, shoot the 3. Box, beat Shaw, and big shot, Bob for 3. The crowd go crazy. I know you remember that, Ernie.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
The Timberwolves trail. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Last season, it seemed like Towns recommitted himself on the defensive end after facing some pretty significant criticism in that department.
You know, he looked like he was playing with a chip on his shoulder defensively. Towns has always had the capability to be a fantastic defender, and I'm really glad that he's focusing on that part of his game as an area to improve.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. Minnesota shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Towns against Whiteside. And Whiteside sends it back. Anthony dishes to Lillard. There's the 3. No good there. The Timberwolves go the other way with it.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Kicks it to Culver. Inside, here's Covington. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Covington's got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves. Now Lillard, 17 points in the game. Count the basket. Lillard's got 19 points.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Towns kicks to Wiggins. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard's got 4 rebounds in this game. McCollum passes to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Lillard outside. From deep. Again the miss by Lillard.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
For Minnesota, they have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They've led by as much as 10. And that one, good. Anthony's got 10 points in the game.
Melo showing some muscle. Impressive right there with that physical finish.
Passes to Towns from the arc. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. Big bodies and soft hands. Well, that's what these guys possess. Top assisting centers and power forwards this year. Karl Anthony Towns, 4th.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
Well, an offense that's unpredictable can be tough to guard. The ball doesn't go into the low post and never come out. It keeps moving thanks to their passing ability and playing unselfish basketball.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Trailblazers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Now, here's Lillard. Not a lot of room. Beyond the arc. They grab their own miss. Whiteside, good.
Well, when you have a guy with that kind of size and the skills that come along with it, Whiteside, an excellent option on the interior.
Minnesota calls timeout. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for McCollum. Now, here's Culver. Covered by Lillard. The pass to Towns. Shot clock at 5. Wiggins from outside. It's hauled in by Tolliver.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them. Just a great alley-oop there. Teammates connecting. Whiteside with the jam. The D wants no part of that.
Culver passes to Towns. It's Covington on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his 5th assist in this one.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Pass to Whiteside. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And the basket by Lillard.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Timberwolves trail by 5. Towns high post. Wiggins outside. Free throw line jump shot. But they'll get another chance. Here's a Kogi. It's blocked.
Sensational coverage by Bazemore there. His length makes him a threat to always be able to block shots like that.
And Lillard kicks to Tolliver. In the corner, Bazemore with it. In the corner, it's Tolliver. Lillard from outside. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 11 rebounds in the game. Kogi inside the three-point line. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Here's Simons, covered by Wiggins. And here's Bazemore. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's Whiteside. Whistle blows, but that's going to be a travel. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Thursday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings.
And for the matchup with the Cavs, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
Timberwolves trail by 3 to the wing right side. Here's a Kogi. He's got 11. Here's Simons. Minnesota with the rebound. Covington's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you gotta love the mindset of Robert Covington when he plays defense. So active with his hands and feet, rarely gets fooled on any up fakes or jab shots.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first. You know, it's easy to see why, Greg, Covington has been named to first-team All-Defense in the past.
The team is noticeably different when his defensive presence is missing. I mean, rare to find a perimeter player who is as good as him, both on and off the ball.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Labissiere is checked in for Whiteside. And it's Little in for Kent Bazemore.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
And it's Lillard missing. Minnesota's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Here's Teague for the lead. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And what makes Jeff Teague such a tough cover is his skill in drawing fouls.
And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%, so no doubt he's pleased with that.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one drops. He ties it up. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Graham's checked in. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. He kicks to Labissiere. In the corner, it's Tolliver. And the three ball is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And how about the vision from Labissiere? Easily spotting his teammate in a great spot.
Now here's Teague. T right on him. Pass to Jang. Shoots a fader. A rebound by Simons.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
Mario Hezonja checked in for the Trailblazers. Here's Napier, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Napier's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. Kicks to Lillard, passes it to Little. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Teague bounce pass. Here's Jang. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
Great use of the bounce pass. Thumbs down on that one, Kevin. Tough to defend against.
Lillard the pass to Hezonja. A three-pointer, no good. Minnesota's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. And the pass to Jang. Now here's Napier, covered by Lillard. 6 to shoot. Napier dishes to Jang. That shot off the mark.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Minnesota shooting around 44% in this 3rd quarter. Napier passes to Jang. He kicks to Graham. Now here's Napier. 7 points in the game. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Throws it up high and finished off by Hezonja.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Teague the pass to Graham. Here's Jang. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Simons. Softly drops in the floater. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
Good to see Damian Lillard take a more proactive approach to getting his teammates involved here in this one.
Teague the pass to Jang. Back to Teague. Yep, it counts. Teague's got 4 points in the quarter.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Simons, the pass to Lillard. The shot. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Well, he can create his own shot. He can spot up off the ball. Lillard can torch your defense any which way.
It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Teague.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. A different look now for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Labissiere, and McCollum subbed in for Anferny Simmons. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Towns is checked in, and that one drops for him. And it's now 26 points for Damian Lillard.
Yeah, this is the kind of shot selection that you got to be on board with Lillard. Tenacious scorer, but I love the efficient opportunity there.
Here's Napier, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Damian Lillard.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
For Minnesota, they have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Napier.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. And Azania gets it to go. Azania's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
There's 49 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Here's Towns. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Towns has got 5 points now this quarter.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Here's McCollum. They get the rebound. Azania. And the rejection by Towns. Graham with the ball. Now Anthony defending. And Graham throws it down.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Teague. It's up a 3. No good on that one. That one doesn't go. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. He's up to 26 points in the game now, just keeps pouring in the buckets. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. On the court for Minnesota, Conley and Towns, the duo inside. Teague out there with Shabazz Napier, and it's Graham in at the 3 slot.
Good job on the glass there, working hard to establish position and put himself in a great spot to come away with that rebound.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
And that mid-range jump shot discouraged for many players, but not for C.J. McCollum.
I love the way that C.J. can just wind his way to spots on the floor and speeds up when he wants to, not when the defense is asking him to.
throw good. McCollum.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
Culver's checked in for the Timberwolves. Wiggins comes in for Shabazz Napier. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
Pass to Little. Pass to Lillard. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got 29. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Pass to Towns. Lillard against T. Over Lillard. And it's off the back rim. No good. Portland leading. The 3-ball. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 32 points for Damian Lillard.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. 20 points for Jeff Teague.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's McCollum. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Trailblazers lead by 5. Teague, the pass to Culver. Back to Teague. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. 22 points for him.
And you can see the confidence building in Jeff Teague hitting everything right now.
Kicks it out to Lillard. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Little passes to Hazania. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And there's Little. That's good on the assist by McCollum.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Yeah, and how about another trait for Culver? That elite body control, even through contact, special. Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Portland. Ken Bazemore comes in for Little.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Culver. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Back to Wiggins to tie it up and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. So he comes up empty at the line.
Just nothing going right for him at the line. He's lost some confidence up there.
Anthony kicks it to Bazemore. And there's the pass to Lillard. And another three for Portland.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Culver passes to Towns. Buries it down low.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
McCollum outside. And the rejection by Towns. Culver with it. Lillard picks him up. Culver kicks to Wiggins. Towns against McCollum. Wiggins outside. Over McCollum. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Whiteside's checked in for Anthony Tolliver. Trailblazers leading by 3. Lillard, right side. Can't connect from short range. The Timberwolves have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Pass to Okogie. And here's Towns. He's covered by Bazemore. Towns, no luck. Portland's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Wiggins trying to free himself up. Anthony's shot is off. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's good. That's 12 points for Robert Covington.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now a timeout called by Portland. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
Well, he's been everywhere, and collecting those rebounds, that ends any kind of offensive possession and gets them started. It's going to struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Towns with the steal. Now here's Culver, the fast break chance. Covington's shot is off. Portland's gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. Whiteside kicks to Lillard. Here's McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 8th assist here tonight.
That is some touch right there shown by CJ, anticipating he was going to get bumped, but still had his eyes on the prize, Kevin.
Offensive rebound, Culver, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Culver's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Melo's getting inside, maybe even under the skin right now of the defense.
And he knocks down the first one.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Good on both.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
Here's Okogie. He's covered by Bazemore. With the floater, and Whiteside sends it back. And he banks in the layup.
Terrific use of the drive by Bazemore, running straight at the D and getting that one to go.
Here's Okogie. He's covered by Bazemore, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. McCollum with the ball. Kicks it to Whiteside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Towns.
Well, sometimes the D has no choice but to foul Whiteside and try to make him earn it.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Here's Okogie. Pass to Covington. To the middle. Here's Towns. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And they're able to recover. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Culver. And it's off from 3-point range.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Cullen passes to Anthony. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Passes it to Wiggins. Towns at the elbow. Timberwolves passing it around. Covington scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
Trailblazers leading by 4. And the pass to Bazemore. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Culver. And here are the Trailblazers now. They've led by as much as 10. Right side, no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Here's Teague. No good. That would have tied it. Portland's gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. And that one drops. Anthony's got 9 points now in just the second half.
That is why Melo wants the ball. No fear whatsoever, letting that one fly.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team, Greg.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Lillard against T. In the corner, it's Wiggins. From outside, off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 4. Bazemore passes to Lillard. Trying to get open is Bazemore. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Bazemore.
Kent Bazemore knows that his contributions come from being active and Bazemore becoming a better passer.
Pass to Okogie. Releases. Minnesota gets it back. And a new shot clock of 14 seconds.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Count it. Lillard's got 39.
One thing about Lillard is he can go with either hand when he's attacking the rim, and that makes it very difficult to defend.
Down low. Here's Towns, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance.
Well, for a guy who used to be more proficient in the half-court game, Lillard's showing that nowadays he's just as dominant in transition.
Teague against Lillard. Baseline J on the way, and it's sent back by Lillard. The elbow, it's Whiteside. Kicks it out to McCollum. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Damian Lillard.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Towns, no luck. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Outside Anthony. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. Shoots over Towns and misses it off the right side of the rim. Pass to Covington. He feeds it to T. Towns down low. And so Portland takes this one up by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Damian Lillard. Dame, you guys seem to be in a good groove right now. How do you keep the momentum going?
Take it one game at a time. You got to remember what makes you a successful basketball team, and that's us moving the ball, get up and down, and defend. And we've been able to do that.
It has all come together for you, Dame. Hope it keeps going. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long and good night, everyone.